Okay. So I wanted to do a quick kind of impromptu, unscheduled stream, basically because I can't stop thinking about the problem where we left it last time we left off streaming. So, and now if you remember, let's see. So let's go to GitHub. Where we kind of ended up with the code was that we were getting a stream of prices from a WebSocket at some sort of like interval. And so what I can't like basically stop thinking about, I've kind of been a little bit obsessed with, was starting to apply like numerical analysis, is for lack of a better word, to this stream that's coming in, right? And so part of one of the reasons why I think I started doing all this was because there's a lot of things that I want to learn, and instead of just kind of going to a coffee shop and working in a cave, right? Like, I figured it would be better to, you know, maybe someone else would get a benefit from me seeing the way that I like approach problems, how I program and things like that, like, and just sharing that, because who knows, somebody might find it interesting. Maybe it's not interesting, but whatever, it's trying something new. And so I have a lot of interest in wanting to learn like more data science techniques, and there's a lot of different fields and there's a lot of like crosstalk like within those fields. And so I think that data science, I was kind of noticing that it used a lot of or similar techniques to signal processing. And signal processing is something that I've been interested in for a while. So my background is in like electronics, and you know, whenever you like, and I've tried to make like audio devices before, and one of the first things you run into with audio devices is processing an audio signal, and you start running into signal processing as kind of, it's an entire field, like, right? You can definitely like have a career as doing nothing but like processing like signal, like it's a pretty serious thing. And so that's something I've been interested in for a while, and so I thought it was interesting whenever I started looking into data science that there were a lot of techniques that were kind of shared, and which like math is kind of like what all of these things are built on top of. And so I've always just kind of wanted to experiment with all these techniques like on their own, and some of these things, you know, I learned in school. Well, very few of these things like I learned in school, but the thing about that is, you know, when you're in school, you're learning, but you're not really using. And so like, so I took calculus in college, and I passed all my tests, and so therefore I should know calculus, right? Well, like, no, like, turns out I don't know calculus, right? Like, sure, like I have a degree and I passed the classes, I think, with a C, you know, but that doesn't mean that like I understand calculus. And so that's one of the things that I'm finding is like there are all these things I was supposed to learn in school that, like, you know, I'm going back to learn more of, mostly because like they're interesting, you know. Now I've kind of like made the connection between like the real world and real applications and like what they were trying to tell me the whole time, you know, while I was in school. So all that being said, my idea that I'm trying to like see through to completion, like eventually with this, is the only thing that I want to do is looking at the price of like a cryptocurrency always look to me like a signal. And so so as soon as I like see a signal, I'm just like, ooh, like, you know, what kind of analysis can we run on this signal? And I always like have these ideas in my head of just like, oh, well, if we, you know, apply like all these different functions or analyses like to the signal, then you know we can kind of get this interesting information from the signal. But I've never done it, and so that is kind of what I'm trying to do here is like all about. It's just to see if like these hypotheses that I have in my head like are actually true. So one concept that I ran into like all the time, or something that commonly comes up, and it's a word that whenever I'm on the or it's a concept that when I'm on the academia side of things, it's used constantly, which is that of an integral, right? Or these like the area under the curve, which is the way I think of an integral, and how to use like what does that mean, like the area like under the curve, like how is that useful, like when do you want to know like the area under the curve? And I think that, you know, it's particularly relevant for, you know, something like a cryptocurrency. So the larger, you know, depending on what, you know, your time, because with an integral you always have to have like a beginning point and end point, you know, if your x-axis is time, or, you know, what is the integral from, you know, 5 minutes ago to a second ago, right? And like what is the area under the curve for there, like, and so, you know, the area under the curve for the price of a cryptocurrency for like a given time series, I think is a very interesting bit of information, because, and it's different from like the actual like scalar, which is, you know, all scalar is just a number, right? So, and like the price is a scalar, and so, you know, you just look at the price and, you know, without any sort of context, right, the price is the price. But I think that if you also have like the integral for that point for like a given window, I think that could be some really interesting information that I don't know where it's going, right? But integrals are supposed to be like something that I know that I want to learn more about, you know, and so that's kind of what I haven't been able to let go. And so where I'm at now, and I really hope that I really hope it's streaming. I actually didn't even check that if it's on or not. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's on. Where I'm at now is that I've been looking up ways and trying to learn more about how do you calculate what I found out is called like the numerical integral, like for, you know, a given function, right? And the function in our case is the price of the cryptocurrency at any given point. And so I've been looking up, and there are different methods is what I've been learning, because, you know, the first thing that I reached to do was to actually like just look for like some sort of JavaScript library that just calculates an interval for you, and there probably is one, but I couldn't find it, or it wasn't immediately obvious, right? Like what that tool was or where it existed. And so that's kind of where I'm at, or like right now, is basically, you know, we have like a stream of values, right? And I just want to calculate an integral for 10 of them, and that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna swap over here and to to my screen here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna put in my headphones, and because so last time people said that the music was sometimes a little bit louder and it was hard to understand what I was saying, so I turned the music down some, but the reason why it was up so loud is because I couldn't hear it, and it helps me focus. So I'm gonna try wearing headphones to keep focused. Okay, so let's see. So this is where we left the code. So what I'm gonna do is let's get our environment up and going. All right. Oh, cool. So we already have this. So I think I'm already in my folder here, which is where my project exists. So I'm going to turn my music down a little bit in my headphones. Yep, there we go. All right, but so if you hit Control R whenever you're in Bash, it will search. You can fuzzy find like a previous command you run. So I just search for simple HTTP server. Here we go. So, yep. Which, you know, we haven't really exactly wired up the UI, so this is expected behavior, but we're console log, yeah. Yeah, here's all the good stuff. Okay. So cool. So all this still works. So I'm kind of wondering, and so I'm going to get distracted for a point because one of the things that, okay, so I'm going to bring up to growl. And I don't know. I found that, okay, so one of the things that I absolutely despise about like Wikipedia and kind of more math related concepts in general is there is a lot of noise. And like whenever, like, you know, you try to read a Wikipedia explanation, it's not, it just, they throw like all this noise at you and it's kind of hard to, so I ran into something, and I'm gonna try it again here. So integral, it's like the simple Wikipedia where it was, it's basically it's like Wikipedia rewritten in like a way that can be understood. And so anyways, this might be the greatest thing ever if you ever go try to like read something like more scientific. But yeah, so here we go. This is what I've been looking at, staring at for like the past couple days, like trying to figure out how can I apply this, because this is exactly what I want, right? So f of x, here is our price of the cryptocurrency. We have A, which is whatever 10 values ago was. I don't care. We'll be more precise about this later. B is whatever our current value is, or now. And so, and you always, one of the ways to think about it is they say d of x. So it's like, and you know, D is usually change in. So, or I think it might mean something different in this context, but basically, you know, what we're looking at here is for this given time period, what is S, right? What is the area under this curve? Yeah. So, yeah, simple equations and blah. So one of the things that I'm going to try to apply here is, like, I've kind of gone through this a little bit. I didn't really find anything that was all that interesting here, but there's something called the trapezoid method, or trapezoid rule. Right. So the trapezoid rule is basically you just kind of calculate the area of a trapezoid at given intervals. And so like intervals are kind of neat for us because, you know, we kind of have like a fixed set of intervals. It's just basically whatever interval like this heartbeat comes in. And the heartbeat might not be the best thing to take the interval up because we're probably going to get a lot of the same values maybe that come in. Oh, you know what? There's no price in here. Man. Okay, so ticker is probably going to be better than heartbeat. And so this might be tricky because I need to verify that this is this isn't, yeah, that this is what like the actual like price is right now of like Ethereum or Ether to USD, and not what, like, you know, the transaction was. I don't know, we'll figure that out later. So actually knowing that about heartbeat, because we'd have to basically redispatch another request, like, because it probably just wants you to go get, it doesn't want to have the last trade information in the heartbeat. It's like, you know, you can go fetch it if you care. So I think that's going to mean heartbeat's not going to work for us, so we should get rid of it. So we will do that. I hate that that doesn't work. Macmap. Okay, let's make it big, make it big. Shoot, did not mean to do that. The reason why I did not mean to do that is because now I have to specifically get my nerd tree in there, whatever. All right, here we go. So we have this, let's get rid of heartbeat. Also, I was thinking about the observables part of this and how we can collapse these both into like, you know, basically both of these streams into like the same subscribe. And I was kind of thought of a way to do it, but I'll tackle. I think I'm gonna play around more with RXJS like later on. I kind of want to get the like the basics of like the numerical analysis first, and then we'll play with like the operational side, like in the code cleanup side later. Okay, so ticker. So what I'm thinking here is I'm pretty sure what I want to use from it. So the first thing that we want to do is we need to like define our A and our B, like the minima and the maxima, as I'm gonna call it. The beginning, the end, the start, the finish, start, the end. So let's, and I believe what I want to use here, and I'm just like, just 10 values, right? So RxJS documentation. Can I, yeah. Okay. So what I'm looking for is our operators. Yeah, there we go. There's got to be more than that. Okay, I know that there's an RxJS take. Maybe take last? Emit, provide a number of values before completing. Okay, so I think probably we want to use take until or take a while. If you have basis on another observable, you can use take as the opposite. Okay, so whatever, take. So let's use take to see if we can get, because I think what we want to do, so we're gonna pipe or filter. So only ticker values are gonna come after this filter. So, or, you know, it's probably better to do it like this. Let's do, so we're gonna do WAT. And I'll get into why I'm doing it this way in just a second. Nope, dot. Pipe, right. And I think I should probably just get, here's what we're gonna do. See if this works first. And then take. So this is a destructuring statement. We're basically saying scope a local variable from this object. And so the object here is operators, and basically bind, if there's a key on operators called filter, then scope it to a local variable called filter. So this is how I'm gonna do this, so that way we don't have to do this all over the place. Pipe probably won't work. I don't know, maybe it will, but because you always, I don't know. I'm gonna leave pipe there, but I think, I don't know how to do it point free, so I'm just gonna do it pointed, if you will. Okay. So let's go back to here. Let's take a look at our, so we should just be getting ticker. Let's just go ahead and select the price out of there. And man, this comes in as a string, which is annoying because that means we're gonna have to convert it to either a float or an int. It's just an extra step we have to take, but whatever, we'll get it figured out. Okay. so it's just oh. Just gonna create 2 of these for now. Come back, I'll clean this up later. Don't get hung up on operational details when you're just trying to learn. Okay, so we have take 10. So I don't know what this is gonna do. Did I hit save? It's a ticker and then what? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of the ticker for now. Comment out. Just see if I can get watt values. This ticker is still coming in. That's weird. I wonder if filter. I wonder if this like screwed things up. Try. Let's put it back, see if it comes back. It's still there. This ticker, yep. Getting the suspicion that this is not what I think it is. So let's go make sure that the right JavaScript file is coming in. Yeah, not getting the right JavaScript file. Wonder why. What's going on? Code WebSocket test, code WebSocket test. That better? No. So what index are you editing, Vim? Let's see. Code WebSocket test. Okay, that seems right. Why this is not? Maybe do I need to? Aha! I have a cache. Let's see if disabling the cache. We'll pick up the new thing. Yes. So that's our new code. So I would expect. Yep. So I'm interested to see what happens here if so 2, 4, 5, so we have 5 more, 6, 7, 3 more, come on, because I have a feeling it might expire. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 shoot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I have the suspicion we'll never get another one again. I wonder if there's a way to, there's like a complete, okay, so how can I use this? So once we take 10, I wonder if, let's try map, bring map in. And let's see what we get back. And actually, and I'm gonna key this, right? Oops. Or, I need to key the value, so this is the value. I don't know exactly what this is going to do. What I'm hoping this to do is there's going to be an array of 10 elements. Well, that didn't work. Yeah. So I wonder wonder. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in mergeMap. So I wonder what happens if we do a mergeMap. I'll explain what this does in a minute. If I'm even on the right track here. Alright, let's try this. Because I might not. Shoot. What does that mean? mergeMap not a thing? You know what? mergeMap's probably not in operators. There it is. Let me kill Slack before that happens again. Maybe it's called flat map. Pork join. Maybe it is? I don't know. Oops. Yeah, something's up here. Alright, let's see where... mergeMap is a thing. So I'm in the right place. Maybe I'm just not doing it right. So... nope, not what I wanted. I'm just gonna try to do... maybe... this is gonna drive me insane. There's something there's a basic understanding I don't have about mergeMap, because I thought this worked like a flat map where I'm kind of stumped here. Because I was kind of hoping you could do this, right? Where, you know, it's basically like you have another pipe. Maybe you do. I don't know, maybe... try this. Oops. These are super helpful error messages. Then again, I'm probably doing something like insane that it doesn't try to that it's like, why would you do that? Let's try this. Get the most basic use case. I wonder who's... oh, right, because I'm returning the console log, so the subscription is... which console log always returns undefined, so that's what's going on. Oh well. Let's... give it an identity function. let's make our selector. We need to make a selector. So I think I have Lodash somewhere in here, right? So and I wonder, let's see. Is that a thing? No. I wonder, I think I've tried to figure this out before, like where the Lodash FP like namespace is. Let's see. Oh, okay. So yeah, we should be good to use the functional programming variant of Lodash. What do we want? I think pairs. No, wait. We want a getter. We want to get. So we want get. So we're going to. All right. Let's define it. Somebody complained? Who complained? Somebody did complain. What are you complaining about? What? Come on. I bet you the FP renamed it. Nope. Fixed area of 2, right? Yeah, so that should totally exist. Okay, you didn't rename it. I'm totally behuddled. Why is that? Alright, let's do get and see if it has an alias. Get or nope. Path. Oh yeah, isn't it prop? Yeah, prop. So let's see. No. Okay, let's just dig through this. Well. Wow. What version of Lodash am I using? 4.7. Okay. Not doing something right, obviously, so let's figure this out. So it says this is all I need, so let's try doing this. Converts to its FB variant. Okay. So one of the it's RX. These two are the Lodash ones, so we're gonna get rid of them. Then we're gonna paste in what is from the Lodash docs, and then hopefully we're happy. We are happy. Yeah, there we go. Now is that a number? That can't be a number. So I know that I'm kind of reluctant to do this. Because I know that there can be some like funky... I know that there can be some like rounding errors with like parse float. So this is probably not a production safe way to do it, but for the sake of moving forward, whatever, to the rounding errors. Yep, okay, that's a number. And I'm just so curious, like, well, let's see. Let's do... I wonder if I can make pairs out of a map. Let's see. Is this still going? Okay, cool. Oh. Pairwise, sounds great. What do you do? Other than not do anything when I click on you. Pipe. No, it's not what I want. I figured this would be easier, but isn't that life? So if I have... Now before we tried, what happens if... Yeah, I'm gonna try my mergeMap again. I wonder what this does. I have no idea what this is gonna do. It's probably gonna blow up. Yeah, because there's some fundamental understanding about how to use mergeMap that I don't quite get, because I figured this would return an observable, and I wonder if it's just... So my understanding of mergeMap is it's a flat map, right? So if we basically, our two observables here are going to emit their own values, and then it is going to collapse them into a single value and emit that to the parent observable. And so what I'm hoping here is that, you know, basically as ticker is emitting values, it's going to send them to mergeMap. mergeMap's going to send that. I am an idiot. I just rubber duckied myself. So if you're unfamiliar with rubber ducking, it is if you just explain your problem to a rubber ducky, then you'll quickly realize what you're doing wrong. So I'm pretty sure mergeMap takes a array as the like it wants the observables as an array for the input. It's not a what is called a variadic function, which is a function that can take any number of arguments. It wants an array, I think. So I hope. I don't know. Damn. Oh, well, we're closer. It's just a different error message for what that's worth. So what if we do this? Yeah, that's what I thought. This should work, though. I'm not... Yeah, it totally wanted zip. How did you know? Okay. Okay, project. source mergeMap that. Maybe, do we need of? We don't need of. Promise result selector. Here we go. We are actually using a selector, so this should be really relevant, right? Concurrent value. I am really failing to see what I'm doing wrong here. So it's complaining about the step project. It's not a function. Well, no, it's an observable. Maybe that's the problem. Yeah, it's true. All these are functions. Maybe, okay. So maybe the fact that we are using it, okay. This is an observable map, so maybe we should try a Lodash map, and I wonder if this works. You know what? Instead of being clever like that, let's just go back to where we were. So this, yeah, this should work. So my FP Lodash map should want to take in the iterate and then it returns, since it's a queried function, it returns a function basically waiting on the value. So this should absolutely be a function. Let's see what happens. Oh, you know what? It says project is not a function because it's an array. Because turns out I was way wrong on that. So let's try this. All right. For whatever reason that worked. Sure. I mean, all right. I need to understand the difference between an observable map versus a Lodash map, I think better. I'm still struggling with that, but whatever, moving forward. So cool. And that, okay, so the reason why we're getting not a number there is because we are trying to parse float on all the fields that are coming down from. So I think that if we, so let's try this. Now I'm wondering, like, is the Lodash map gonna work with an observable pipe? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't think so. So we need an observable. Mm-hmm. All right, now where was I? Because I was back here, right? Gotcha. Okay, so I think what I wanted is a mergeMap, and we're going to select the price. What was the other thing we wanted to select? Ah, crap, what was I trying to do originally? I want to make pairs out of something, but I don't remember what I was trying to make pairs out of. What was the price, obviously? Well, what pairs well with the price? Wow, okay, well, let's unstuck ourselves and move forward. So this works, right? Yep. Why? Let's see what comes out here. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna add tab. So instead of mapping that, I don't think I want to tab. So tab is a function that takes in a value, evaluates a function, and then returns the original value. So that way, this is basically like we want a snapshot at what's happening right here in the pipe. It's a really useful functional programming tool. All right. Really useful, right? So undefined is what's coming out of mergeMap, which is the problem. All right. I wonder if we can do. I wonder if this works. Yeah, that's what I thought. Type of's not a function, it's a something special. Alright, so let's round up. Where are we at? We have a stream of our prices. We actually haven't gotten that far from where we started, which is fine. Alright, what do I want to do with the stream? Since it seems to take a while for 10 values to come in, I think I'm going to adjust my expectations of and just do 2 instead. So let's try this. Alright, I'm gonna change up the music a little bit. This has been a struggle. I thought I had this RXJS stuff down on lock, but guess not. Proven to be trickier than I thought. We haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet, which I was just trying to get a stream of 10 values, and then I was gonna run my our integrating function, and we haven't even gotten that far, which is fine. That's the whole point of doing this, is learning. All right. Yeah, song. Or this one. Yeah, here we go. Probably turn headphones up and not bring music up. All right. So indeed. Okay. Take might not be what we need. I think we need something else. If take is like we're going to emit values until a certain point and then we're going to stop, which might be something we want. I don't know. And I mostly just want to flatten like these values out into like I want the what I'm going after here is whenever the values come into one of my map functions, I want V here to be an array of 10 elements. which I know that means that we're gonna have to do some sort of like flattening. So I know that we're gonna need like an inner subscription or an inner observable that just takes in values and then emits a value. I don't know how to do that. That's what I'm learning to do. Okay, so maybe you want concat, maybe like a take into a concat. Range? Range sounds good. Oh no, this is a creator. I don't think... Yeah, this like... Well, hold on. Yeah. I wonder if we could get a range of values that are being emitted. I don't know, maybe not. I think take is still probably what we want to use. Yeah. What's the difference between take until and take? When timer emits after 5 seconds, complete source? I don't know what that means. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So this is all about like stopping, like we get a certain number of values and then we stop emitting, but I think I want the other direction where it's like we get, once 10 values are emitted, then we want to emit. Which maybe concat. Maybe concat. So concat, my understanding is just, you know, put two things together. So I think we want to concat until 10 values. Oh man, yeah. All right, this is good stuff. Okay. Okay. So we know this works. And there's part of me that kind of wants to do the heartbeat instead, because it emits faster. So let's create our heartbeat. Actually, should... hang on. Create stream, what create... I want to call it... Whatever, yeah, create stream. Or Just a little. I have a feeling I'll appreciate that I did this later. Yep. So there we go. So we got our streams. We've got our selector. And let's take a look at though I know that this is going to blow up, so the first thing I'm going to do here is do a tap. Let's see what happens. Let's just grab a field out of there. Oh, come on. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's just get a number. It's a sequence. Do I want a number? I don't want a number. Yeah, I do. Well, whatever. There. All right. Just switch up runs a little bit faster, so that way we can do like take 5, 4, 5. So, all right, so. Try concat. We're gonna play with concat, see what we can do with concat. You know, there's part of me that wonders if like this works. I don't know. I believe the answer is not really. Do we have console log anywhere? Yeah, just on subscription. Which isn't quite what we want. So that's not even emitting the right values anyways. So because we come back here, yeah, I don't think this is what I want. Concat, that is. Yep. And return as an observable. Alright, concat all. Apparently that's different. Maybe that's what I'm looking for. See what happens. It's probably a pretty cool error message. I should probably turn off, yeah, turn that off. Pausing on COD exceptions, just let it roll through and give me an error message where a stream is expected. Oh, okay. So we could actually do, let's do of. So I thought that it would provide, I guess, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I figured map would return an observable of, you know, the output, you know, a value. This is going to output a value, and then map would wrap that in an observable. That's what I thought would happen, but maybe not. Maybe we need to wrap that value in an observable. Let's see. Okay. That didn't work. Okay, so concat all wants a... Okay. So, I don't know. Going back to my trusty mergeMap. Maybe that returns an observable? I don't know. Kind of thrashing here. Whatever. Embracing it. Yep. Really need to nail down what mergeMap does. I thought I understood it. concatMap? I like the way that sounds. CatMap in. Because concatMap does not subscribe to the next observable until the previous one completes. So let's see, map to promise, applying a projection function. concatMap. I don't think I'm interested in that. So project function, result selector function, and it returns an observable. I should probably maybe learn what a project is. Or a projection. What's the difference between a project and projection? Map values to enter observable. Subscribe and emit in order. All right. Let's just what happens here. Doesn't like my list. Let me try my trick again. So I wonder if it's like, if I need to, I bet you that's what I'm doing wrong the whole time. Maybe, I don't know. It'd be like the 9th time I've thought I had it figured out, but I didn't. Bullshit. Then what is it? If that ain't function, I don't know what is. Maybe it's not an operator? Yeah, it's probably not an operator, actually. Oh, I need to get my... Try this. Yeah. All right. I don't think this is helpful. Well, shoot. Source pipe concatMap value example. Okay. Kind of heading back to square one here. I'm obviously missing something here when it comes to like collapsing observables. So let's learn about it. I'll use flatten an inner observable. But want to manually control the number of inner subscriptions. It sounds like my use case. The order must be obtained concatMap. It's a better option. That order does matter. But maybe let's go back. Be aware that because create a memory leak. Yeah. You may want to take advantage of another operator to manage the completion of the inner subscription. Think, take, or take until. You can limit the number of active inner subscription at a time with concurrent parameter. See example 4. So mergeMap seems to want a single thing, which makes me think that maybe one of the things that I am really struggling with here is this. I'm pretty sure this is, it's gonna emit them on the subscription anyways, but whatever. I want to see what comes out of concatMap. And you know what? I want to see what happens here. Probably not gonna know which. Yeah, actually, it's probably not gonna. Check is not a function. Did I? Yeah. Okay. So I got both. Not sure what the difference is. Whatever. Aye. Source pipe, mergeMap, that. All right. Well, let's just let's get rid of you. And just give it an identity function. Yep. Okay. This like severely confuses me. So source pipe, mergeMap, and then a thing. So, and then it has its own. Oh, that's the piece that I'm missing here. We're not even using value though. It's every 1 second. I mean, it's every 5 seconds. Is that what that wants? Outer value, any value, concurrent. Okay, getting closer. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do something real quick, just so we know where this is. Where these things are coming from. So I'm actually going to I don't know what V is. Just gonna do that for now, and then that. And actually, I want to know if something coming here. Are they the same? Are they different? Yeah. What are you complaining about? You want a comma. Okay. So 1, 2, subscription. And are all, and all three of these things are the same. They're all just the value coming off of the heartbeat. Okay. So I don't care about you. I don't care about you. We're gonna take 10. Oops. Take 10. And then what happens to you? I kind of wonder if it ends up just eventually just being the subscription, or is that... So this bad boy keeps emitting. And no matter what happens, this keeps coming out. So I wonder if, I bet you, well, that's probably because pipe. It's not working. Thought. Thought take would cancel the subscription, and then mergeMap would be like, cool. Is there ever an outer observable? Result selector. Yeesh. Yeah, this stream has really gone off the rails. We haven't done any of the cool math stuff I was talking about at the beginning. Projects each source value to an observable, which is merged in to the output observable. Project function. Observable input, result selector, outer value, inner value. ABC. So A. Huh. Okay. So this emits, so this outer observable emits value A. And this one, this observable emits a value of 0. So this is like an intersection almost. So this returns an observable with both of these values, and then it emits, and then it continues through. Okay. Respective ascending engine. So, okay, so I think I see what's happening here. Is like every time this is emitting, we're doing a take one, and since it's only a single value anyways, it flat maps the one and it says like cool, and then ships off. So, all right, which basically means we do this. We're gonna get one value and then, or not. All right, now I don't know what take does. It's not doing what it was doing earlier. Right. So somehow this inner subscription is keeping things around. Well, we're at parity now. So this seems clunky. All right. Seems like we should be able to. Yeah. Okay, what about concatMap? I put 10 in there. Take 2. Okay, so yeah, this doesn't do anything. Pipe concatMap. Width concatMap delayed by 200 with concatMap delayed by. Not sure what those. Map, mergeMap. Excuse me. First param pass the second param selector function before being returned. So got our value, and then where's source, hello, goodbye. So it's gonna be hello world, and then so this is gonna be hello world, and then with selector. And then goodbye world with selector, yeah. That's kind of cool that, so we could, and this, do we need, does this have to be a observable? Yeah, it's got to be an observable. Yeah, yep. Wish. Does this work? Probably not, yeah. Yeah, it is. What? No. Okay, maybe I should explain what this is basically any value that comes in, we're just spitting it back out and wrapping it in an observable. And then I'm hoping that this, and then select sequence, right, is just selecting. So I just wanted to test that concatMap and mergeMap's like selector. So, which is kind of interesting. So actually, so we have select sequence, and then I had the, so I'm gonna screw around for a second with something that at least I know pretty well, which is just creating a composition of two functions. So we have select sequence and parse float. So I'm just going to select wat, which is going to be a pipe where we select our sequence and then pipe the output into parse float. Oh, it's already a, okay. So actually we should do this with select price. So pipe, get the price, parse it. So I change this to our ticker. Yeah. Okay. That at least works. Prices are coming in more regularly. Okay, so now we still have the problem of we need a stream of 10 elements. We're just kind of getting a blast of elements. So just kind of screwing around here. I want to see if this will just give us 10 elements and at least like stop. So it's 4. Oh god. Maybe I should just do it like this so it's easier to parse through. It's 1, 2. Alright. What happens whenever I take that out? It's probably just gonna keep going. Yeah. Alright. What about when I take you out? I could probably do something clever so I'm not like sitting here waiting on it. It's just like give it, like, just do. Alright. Yeah, it's probably way better an idea. Why? Okay, but at least, okay. What's cool here is the parent. This did stop after 3, if you notice. And the reason why it's not is because it's not the object that's like coming back. Okay, okay. So we got something we can work with here. Take 3, and hey. The problem is that I want the inner subscription. Maybe take until is what we're looking for. Come on, Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. But I want to pause. I want to not emit until take while, maybe. Emit values until provided expression is false. No, this isn't what we want either. There's got to. So, and I'm thinking, what I'm thinking of is like the Lodash, I think it's called head first, right? Which gets the first, or take, right? Gets the first element, or first whatever amount of elements you want from an array. So, you know, if you do maybe it is take. Yeah, so it is take. Right, give me the first element, or so take with no arguments gives you the first element of the array if you want 2, right? So this is why I keep thinking take might be what I'm looking for, maybe. I don't know. So, and maybe it is. So I've got this. So take 10. Oh, wait. So here we go. I'm gonna take 3. So this bad boy should. So I want whenever this. No, this is gonna. This is going to emit 3 values and then stop. But I want it to only emit a value once it has taken 3. Like that's, which is I think different from what take is. First value from the sequence. Maybe this is what I'm looking for. Let's try it. I'll put this back for now. Not sure if that's an operator or not. We'll see. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. This first one wants a predicate, which I don't want to give it a predicate, I want to give it a number. Not quite what I want either. Alright, back to the drawing board. First take, hasn't worked, skip, take throttle. So take 5 and then ignore. Well, ignore everything but complete. Hold up here. Oh, interesting. Oh. Oh. Huh. There's this, right, observables have this concept of like, hey, they're done with their sequence. It's like literally my example. So this is only just the third argument to subscribe, which I don't know if this like works, right? Because like I don't want to kill the entire like observable stream whenever it completes. And I also don't know how to like, I want what I'm currently making right now to be the inner subscription of a parent observable. Maybe I, like, so. Because I want it to give me 10 or, you know, whatever, n number of elements in the stream, so at a time, like, and just continually, like, and it's basically like a buffer, or I think it's called a circular buffer, where just 10 elements are constantly coming to the stream. And even though, you know, the next value that is emitted is only has, you know, the same number of values that come through, and the only thing that's different is the first and the last values, right? Because the last one fell off, but then the new one came in. It's at the front of the buffer. I mean, that's fine, but that's the way I want it to behave, is I want the values to continually come in, not, you know, just get a certain number of values and then bail. I don't want every. What does single do? Nope. Skip until? No. Gotta be a range. Start, number, count, or scheduler. Hey. I don't know what that is. Buffer. Collect output values until the... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is this what I was looking for the whole time? Okay, collect output values until provided observable emits. I mean, all these words sound good. They sound like this solves my problem. Let's see. Buffer by document. Every time we click all values emitted by our interval observable until we click the document. This will cause the buffer by to emit. Got it. So how do we trigger the buffer, right? Because like we're gonna get, so buffer by. I feel like this in combination with skip, actually. It's like, so we buffer until we get our 10 elements, and then skip will emit a value, and then that'll cause the buffer to emit all of its collected. Yeah. All right. Oh man, if this works, I'm gonna be extremely happy. Yeah, man, this has not gone the way I thought tonight was gonna go. I thought I had this unlocked, thought I was gonna use mergeMap and inner and outer subscriptions, and this has been so much different than the way I thought tonight was gonna go. All right, so skip. And well, buffer was an operator, right? Yeah, okay. So pipe skip 5. Okay, skip is what we want. So where do we use? Yep. No. Ah, come on. All right. So buffer skip. Okay, and then I would expect this to hang on to the 4 basically, which is never gonna come, which is fine because this is our static list. Okay. Oh my God, please work. God damn it. Function a lift provided. Oh, what do you want from me? I only read doc. Yeah, pipe skip 5. All right. And then I thought buffer wanted 5 from event. Thought that was a create an observable that emits value every second. Create an observable that emits every time a document is clicked. Oh, that's an operator. So I need to, how do I, okay. How do I do this? Kind of thrashing here. This is like my hammer to create an observable stuff. All right, cool. Kinda, not really. I think I need this stream. So it's part of me that wonders if like this thing, right? We're gonna get values here. Shoot. Like, okay, let's I even know, like, can we just do, is this even, okay, whatever. So I hate doing this, but oh wait, pipe. Until I'm getting tired, missing the basics. Hell, it's, I don't know if I can say that. Damn it. All right. Pipe skip 3. I think it's because pipe in values in the buffers. All right, buffer. My interval. So you're until this other one. Okay. Now I saw, yep. Buffer count. Buffer count 3. That's, I mean, though I would have loved for that to have worked if they provide things for me. I'm gonna use them. right? Because that's what I think the source, yeah. This is it. This is gonna be it. Hell yeah. And it even emits whatever's left over. Oh, I guess because this is a complete subscription, so it's like, okay, if I'm not gonna get any values, might as well send you what I got. All right, you know what the next step is? It's gonna be not test. It's gonna be this, that old ticker, yo. All right, which might take a second for the ticker to emit 3 values. So we'll sit and wait patiently. Boom. Oh yeah, sweet. Okay, so we got this bad boy, and then we're going to are these prices? These are prices, so I can select price from this. Actually, does buffer come with a selector? Thought I remember seeing a, nope, nope. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hop over to that heartbeat because I'm tired of waiting on. Though I feel like I could like just so I don't have to keep doing that gymnastics. I can just, so heartbeat's gonna give me this, yeah, gives me sequence numbers. Sweet. Okay, what was I doing again? Man, that is awesome. I spent the, okay, so I have spent like the last hour and a half, maybe hour, because I talked for a while, like trying to recreate something that is just right here. I don't know. Usually buffers, at least in the node world, are things that you kind of have to deal with, not something that you use depending on your use case. You know, but it's normally like you read a file, it comes back like it's a buffer, and then, you know, you have to turn the buffer into something that's meaningful to like you, right? And so it's usually like something like super technical or low level that whenever you're developing applications, you don't like generally reach for unless you're doing like game development or you're dealing with graphics or something like that. But like they actually just use buffer as like a concept here, which is like, it's appropriately named. Which is, I would have expected this to have, you know, returned something, to done something very silly that I never would have used. So that's why I didn't think to like, to take a look. Whenever I saw a buffer, I didn't think to like, take a look at it. Because I figured, oh, that's for probably something lower level than I want to do. Similar to, like I saw the scheduler earlier, generally, you know, kind of the same thing happened. I was just like, well, you know, generally whenever you're doing high performance stuff, that's when you want to start sticking things into like a priority queue or a scheduler. And so I figured it probably wasn't something, but I don't know. Recognizing that I dismissed buffer for like similar reasons, maybe scheduling something to look at. So I'm gonna ADD for a moment. Okay. I didn't see it. Whatever. Worry about it later. Alright, cool. So now we have our window. Oh, well, you know, another thing to say here is this isn't doing exactly what I wanted to do, because this is returning, you know, so this is the first value, right? And this is the last value. And I would expect the next value that's being emitted to be, this is the first value, and then this is the last value. So let's does buffer account for this? Collect all values until closing. Emit buffer when 5-second interval. So that's that same. This is that same. How is this different than buffer? Collect all values until closing selector emits. Yeah, I thought that's how buffer worked. Until provided observable emits, emit as an array. Well, whatever, this works. Okay. Now that I have my list of stuff, so let's do ticker. Man, anybody who's still sticking around, you're if anyone's even watching this, but I haven't checked the comments at all. I apologize if y'all have been blowing me up. This one has been an emotional roller coaster for me. So I think that this number is going to be particularly interesting for, if I mentioned it earlier, like the Bayesian inference. You know, my plan is to use these, use a linear regression of the integral of these numbers as my hypothesis function in a Bayesian inference. That's kind of the plan. And I mean, that was a word salad right there, but I don't know. That's kind of what I wanted to go over Tuesday, is kind of where I'm heading and why I'm like attacking the specific problems that I'm having, that I am. So now that I'm able to buffer my stream and I can try to take a numeric integral of these numbers, maybe that's what we'll tackle on Tuesday. So, okay, well, I'm gonna call it a night there. I'll push up the code that I've got, and if anyone's watching, because I have no way of knowing that, thank you for watching, and yeah, thank you.